Hi and welcome to my channel. Thank you for returning to watch my videos, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please click the subscription button and let's continue to share our thoughts and ideas on burning issues. Today I'd like to cry about the death of Oro. The Oro is the Yoruba festival in some of the Yoruba communities, popularly the Yoruba cult that cleanses the land. It's a traditional rites by Oro worshippers, and the idea is for purification of the land and other rituals that actually take place during the Oro festival. Sadly, culture and traditions that ordinarily should be a unifying factor has become a political tool, and sadly the Yorubas have lost Oro. It's now dead. It's now a tool that has become easily purchased by politicians to disenfranchise citizens of Nigeria from exercising their rights that are guaranteed in the constitution of the country. Sadly, the Oro also is attempting to infringe on the rights of citizens of Nigeria, because despite the fact that the freedom of worship is guaranteed in the constitution, it does not also impede on the rights of other people. And today, Nigerians who are saying that the economic hardship is affecting them and are willing to go out and protest, Oro is also planning to step out to hold 15 days festival. Between the period, Nigerians are planning to shut down every activity in Lagos, Nigeria. You see, it is sad that religion and tribalism is depleting the entity we call Nigeria today. And it's the same reason why we can't move forward. And sadly, the Yorubas have also joined in this bad behavior because they have their son in government as the president of Nigeria. The other time it was President Muhammadu Buhari, and the North followed the same path because they felt it was their own son and there was no need to protest because they had their own in power. But the problem we have today as a nation is that in as much as these men come from our past, they speak our languages, they have largely become our oppressors. Prices of things are skyrocketed in the country called Nigeria. Eating just one meal is a mere privilege today. Cost of goods and services have overshot the roof and people can barely survive. And when Nigerian citizens are planning to hit the street, the political elites have found a way of procuring the traditional institutions that used to be sacred and respected by people. Sadly, Oro is dead. Oro now bars people from going out to exercise their rights. Oro festival now, we want to shorten the population of women that will come out to protest. Oh, Oro, this is sad. This is how Yoruba culture dies. And this is how culture all over the country dies. When you apply culture to politics and to other things where it shouldn't be seen, this is what happens. Sadly, under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Yoruba revered culture has been thrown into poto. And after 4 years or 8 years, whichever way they want us to believe they want to stay in power, what will be left of Oro? What respect will Oro attract from any worshipper or onlookers? And it's also laughable because President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration is running all over the place, asking traditional leaders to talk to the people whom they don't have control over. But one of the things politicians have done over the years is to burn the same bridges they have used and the vehicles they have transported in. How can traditional leaders influence any followership when the constitutions have eroded their rights and when they no longer have the powers to decide or speak to anybody? The constitution completely took away powers from the traditional institutions, and this is why we say nobody legislate traditional institutional powers. It's God's in it. It's not assigned by man, and so legislation shouldn't be a thing for it. It's laughable though, but it's a thing that is happening, and it's sad that this is where we are. One thing about this protest that makes it scary for me is the fact that the leaders are not even known. And as a student of conflict and security, I've always known that any group with a faceless leader is not a group that anybody ought to smile about. And this is happening because we have learned to clamp down on people who protest over genuine interest over time. But one thing I also think that the Nigerian government shouldn't joke with is the fact that we are learning from the Gen Zs in Kenya. And Gen Zs in Nigeria are not different from the Gen Zs in Kenya. Previous administrations have succeeded in clamping down on previous generation of youths, but the Gen Zs globally are takers. They take it. They don't wait for anybody. The power is not given to Gen Zs. They take it. I won't be surprised if this protest turns out the way Nigerian government does not expect. But instead of spending and bribing people to counter protests, I expect that the government should have done all they could to begin to address the issues that these protests will want to tackle. The protest in question is not going to be talking about Peter Obi. It's not talking about any opposition. And rather than focusing on the pains of Nigerians and addressing the issues as Nigerians are complaining, the government and her operators are busy blackmailing oppositions and crying wolf. It's an indication that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu does not even care. The employment of women, so-called FCT women or Abuja women, which is a common phenomenon that always happens when counter protests are organized to checkmate genuine protests, might not even work. It's laughable that some women are now waking up and saying they represent Abuja women. Where were these women when the Abuja women genuinely needed intervention and needed a voice? Where were these women when Abuja citizens have no homes, have not been adequately compensated by the federal government? It's laughable that when Nigerians file out to fight for genuine causes, counter-protesters are paid as if they have different markets from the existing markets that everybody sharing. It is a laughable thing. And I don't think that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is serious about tackling economic issues, because if he does, we would see genuine intervention, we will see genuine efforts instead of the payments of people to frustrate the pending protests. Protest is the rights of every Nigerian. The greatest leader of protest in Nigeria until recently is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Why is he against the same instrument that catapulted him into power? Why is he against the same instrument that shot his party into power? Nigerians have the right to protest against unfair treatment, against hunger, against hardship, against harsh economic policies, provided it is carried out in peaceful atmosphere. And the government has the right to guarantee their protest. Nobody deserves any permission from the police. It is their right given to them in the Constitution of Nigeria, and the police must do everything to protect them. The world is watching the planned protests, and any attempt to victimize protesters will violate their constitutional rights. And it is also going to be exposing how undemocratic President Bola Ahmed Tinubu would have turned out to be. I don't know what you think about it, but this is my thoughts and my 2 cents to the government of Nigeria. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu must quickly resolve issues that are triggering this protest and put to rest all agitations by Nigerians. Until I see you next time, this is The Real Issue with Kagwa, and I say peace out.